That was just a small piece of work from composer and the 2021 winner of the Emerging Black Composers Project, Jonathan Bingham, who joins us live now via Zoom. Jonathan, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you for the invitation. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, it's wonderful to be in the presence of an incredible artist. I have to know, how did you first get started in music? You're so talented.
Well, thank you for that. My first start in music was in high school, or at least with composing, it was in high school. We would write music to silent films for a class project, and it was the first activity where I was fully transfixed, and I decided to keep going with it and make it a career.
So it started off when you were young, but now it turned into not only passion, but this is what you do now for a living. How does that feel to be able to do what you love for a living?
Well, it's very fulfilling when it comes to just output and creativity. I think that all people need to be having content to publish for themselves, whether that's literature or filmmaking or music. But it brings forth a very fulfilling experience to be able to share with an audience, and I'm grateful for it.
Well, speaking of fulfilling experiences, what was it like winning the Emerging Black Composers Project? Congratulations, by the way.
No, thank you for that. I was living in New Jersey at the time. Before that, I was living in LA, and before that, New York. And I figured that I wanted to get back to one of these artistic cities, either LA or New York. But when I won this, the fact that it was taking place in San Francisco, I had to ask, could I write the piece in San Francisco? So I decided to move out here. But to your question of how it felt, I mean, it felt like that it needed to be something that was, at least I felt that it would be life-changing. So I decided to get on the plane to write the piece out here in San Francisco, and haven't looked back since.
Wow, and how long did it take you to write the piece?
Well, I was approached this time last year, and by December of 2021, I had moved out here. And as soon as I hit the ground, I started writing. So I started in December, and finished in about April. So that was about 5 months of just nothing but composing this work.
And what is the process for our viewers, or even just people in general who may not understand the process of creating music? What is it like for you?
Each piece is different. For this piece, it had a strange inception. I wanted to start studying Radiohead only because I had found many people in the classical community, they had gravitated towards this group that I was aware of but not too acquainted with. So I started getting a few books on Radiohead and started listening to their discography. And from that point, I felt that I had more of a starting point that I hadn't had before. And that's what led to me choosing which notes and which pitch classes I wanted to use, which gave the piece its overall color.
And besides Radiohead, what else do you have? What else do you work with?
Sure. I mean, each beginning of a piece, for me, it starts at the piano. What I like to do is create my own scales. Most people in music, they're aware that most songs are composed with a certain scale, normally about 7 notes. But these days you can do whatever you like. So I like to create my own. Sometimes these scales have 7 notes in them, sometimes it's 8. I believe in this work, the case was 9, which is kind of a lot and not very common, but I felt that it was needed. So it started out with just finding out what type of material that I wanted to use. I knew that I wanted to have only 2 thematic bits. And you use that with each section. It allows me to just go back and forth between themes. And from there, I can start to actually build a piece of music.
So as an artist who has obviously found his way in the music industry and created your own space, what are some of the challenges of creating your own lane and being able to have your own music?
It is a challenge. The industry that I'm in, which is more so classical music, it really gravitates towards dead composers. Everyone knows of Beethoven and Bach and Brahms and whatnot. But for living composers, there's not as much of a market. I mean, there is one. And for that market, for living composers, people gravitate towards people who are usually older. I'm 33 now, and this is, at 33, you're going to be looked at as a baby in the industry. So with that, I'm doing the best that I can. In many cases, you have to define your own brand with it, making sure that you have your own website, making sure that people can easily access your music on that website. I've done my best to create my own, and all of that has led up to people being able to hear it now.
Well, speaking of, you actually yourself have a performance coming up. What can people expect from that performance?
The performance is at Davies Concert Hall on June 20th. It's featuring the National Brass Ensemble, which are a collection of brass players from all the major orchestras in the United States. They are coming together after about a 7-year hiatus, and now we're going to be playing some new works by myself and Arturo Sandoval, but also on the program there's going to be Wagner and Strauss.
Wonderful. We look forward to it. Jonathan, congratulations again, and thank you so much for joining us here on Live in the Bay. We appreciate it.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
If you would like to see the National Brass Ensemble in a concert for yourself, just head to liveinthebay.tv, where we will have a link for you.